Yeah, you're in the era unless. Oh, I brought these to eternity. All right, sure, go ahead and start.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order, do a roll call. Dana.
Here.
Dave Jones is out. I'm here. Beth.
Here.
Christina's out. Sheridan.
Here.
All right, so we've got three of the 6 of us. Okay, first order of business is an update on local impact accelerator grant. Question, you want to do that?
Yeah, happy to do it. So the town council last week formally approved or authorized Mayor Clark to sign the agreement between the town and the Colorado Energy Office. And so it hasn't been signed yet. Some of the Energy Office folks are out of pocket, I think, but town council did buy into everything that was in the scope of work and allocating funding and for at least the initial portion for policy analysis, and we'll carry that forward into 2027. So that's a lot of money that's been devoted to the town, to the Energy Office, as you all know. That's a big deal. So that's a quick and easy update on that.
I had a question, and it was alluded to in the meeting. So if we, do the analysis and the council votes to approve the amendment for the all-electric amendment, the programs, the rebate programs and whatnot, do you think there's a good chance that we can spend those monies over a number of years, or will we have to get them spent by the end of 2029?
Oh, we'd have to use them up. And I mean, that's a lot of money. I would imagine there'll be some left on the table, but yeah, 2029 is the deadline.
All right, so all the spending has to occur before the end of 2029.
Yeah, correct. And that scope is riddled with a lot more, milestone target dates. So.
Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of curious to, because it'll be kind of a short time frame for people who are building or want to retrofit to apply for and make that money. So we'll have to make sure that we do a good job of letting people know that it's money that needs to be spent on.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, that's the second piece. The first piece is the policy analysis, and that's what the Energy Office has placed the most emphasis on is the policy work. So we'll see. But yeah, that's a big milestone there. And need to get the agreement executed now.
Great. Any other stuff there? Anything else on that?
No, just want to all quick update.
Terry, by the way, did a great job at town council presenting that in a way that I think made it possible for them to do a unanimous vote. So that's great. Okay, next item is the
ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Chris, do you see any role in the implementation of the grant for the SABs, or maybe during the outreach portion as after the consultant?
I think when we get into 2027 and get consultants on board, at least on the policy analysis piece, I mean that's a lot of education and outreach that the SAB will play, but nothing beyond that.
Yeah,
it's not an administrative grant.
Right, but that's the part I saw. So the role as
yeah, I think we should
supporting outreach.
I think we should try to make ourselves as available as possible to support the education outreach, because that's kind of our main thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beth, were you going to say something?
No, never mind.
Okay, next item is zero waste progress for the Ridgway concert series. So I'll take that on. First of all, I want to say that Lee has been instrumental in making this happen. She's been putting a lot of time and thought and effort into everything that we're doing here, and I really appreciate that, because it'd be very hard to do it without you. So thank you very much. So the first thing I want to talk about is volunteers. We currently have volunteers for, so I'm doing the first and the last concert, so that's the second and the 30th. Sheridan, you're doing the 9th, right? Sheridan's doing the 9th.
Yes. Yeah, I'm doing the 9th with Beth. She and I are both manning that one, womaning that one.
I was giving you a chance to have it out. You didn't respond fast enough, so you are doing it. And then Dave is doing the 23rd, so we have an opening on the 16th. Do we have any takers? I'd like to have an SAB member be in charge rather than somebody just in general public, just so that
I
we have
do,
more
I
people.
think I'm on a river trip, but if the 16th of July,
Sure.
I don't know if I'm around, but maybe I'd have, or I could switch with Sheridan. Be around.
If you switch with Sheridan though, I need to stay on the 9th. The 16th, we're gonna have folks in town for the wedding, so I don't want to be doing waste.
That's that's fine with me. If you guys want to switch, I can find someone to man with me.
Well, let
But
me
yeah,
check when I get
happy
home.
happy to work with Dana on the 9th. Just I need to stay on the 9th.
Okay, I'll just contact you, Sheridan, hey?
Okay, that sounds good. And let me know so I can find someone.
So Beth, you were willing to work on the 9th? Were you willing to sort of head that up and find volunteers, or just help out on the 9th?
I mean, Sheridan, I'm
We
out
were
of
just
town
gonna
and
just
Yeah.
gonna do it the whole shift together, Beth and I.
Okay.
And we have Jake. If things get really crazy, he'll come join us.
Yeah, I think that the problem with just two people is that they have to be there all night, but that's kind of the main issue. I think
It's-
we're gonna have it set up pretty well, so it's pretty easy to monitor, but there is that.
It's literally the only date I can help. So if I need to help the whole night, like that's fine.
Okay. All right, well, why don't you and Sheridan work
Yeah,
out when they do the switch,
When I get home.
and then, okay, all right.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you.
What my availability and capabilities are questions, I'm trying not to. But I might be able to pitch in as this progresses.
Yeah,
I have 2 guns, a fuse, and pins, and needles across this.
Time I see you, that's the mouse going.
Oh, there's some.
No.
okay, so,
Let me mention something real
Yeah.
quick. So I had, kind of checked back in to see if Christina could do the 16th, because she said she could do the 16th and the 30th originally. She said she'll be out of town the 16th, so I emailed her back today to say, can you do the 30th, just in case, what happened. So
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
well, if she can do the 30th, then I could switch. Well, basically, I was hoping to do the 30th, but, well, I was thinking I would do the 30th because I wanted to kind of wrap things up with
Yeah.
them since I've been in contact with them, but I can do that on the 30th anyway. I need to
Okay.
develop things.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When I did it last year, there was a young man that would come around and clear the
Yeah,
cans. Is that
it's-
still the routine?
yeah, the staff,
Okay.
town staff will pick up the bags if it's necessary. That is needed.
And then you probably know this, but Rock just had their picnic,
Yeah.
and I was doing the garbage for that, for the
Waste.
composting. And I'm sure you're probably the person that told me you have to have the eco bags.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have 150, if you need any extras, because it was,
Yeah,
do they
We'll use-
disintegrate?
They
they can.
start to after a year.
Can you use them? Because
We bought a big box.
We just bought.
it was the smallest amount I could buy, but anyway, I have them if anybody needs
Okay,
them.
So they ought to be.
that's what, yeah, that's what we are.
Yeah, those green bags. Cause that's what they, oh my God, I forgot, I still have that stuff in my horse trailer, everything, you take the beauty, like.
4 gallon,
Well, 54 gallon.
yeah.
Well, I think mine was,
50
mine are
55
smaller
gallon.
than that.
Okay, yeah, we have 55
FYI,
gallon.
if you need a smaller bag, I do have one.
Yeah, so,
So I have a suggestion, as the SAB is a subcommittee of the town council, why don't the SAB approach the town council for volunteers for this as well? Maybe a handful of them might pitch in. I mean, obviously, Beth is, but.
Yeah,
I'd up duty.
I'd be happy to do that, send out an email or whatever.
Especially the new guy.
I wanted to, my idea is to have a SAB person in charge at every event, just because we're running it. So I don't, feel like I have more control over working with SAB members in the town council. But if town council, anybody on the council is available to come and assist, that would be great. So
It's kind of.
Well,
Reciprocal.
and if it's helpful for me to reach out to council, because I know council reached out to the SAB about highway cleanup. So if we're gonna kind of share some things, I'm happy to do that liaisoning too.
when we let you do it, you're a better liaison than I am, so that'd be great, if you wouldn't mind. And just, I guess basically just find out, if you can, when any or all of them would be, what dates any or all of them would be available and willing to do it, and we can fill them in.
And it sounds like we need the most help with Sheridan on the 16th. Everything else is vaguely accounted for.
And the 30th.
Vaguely, yeah.
And the 30th. Okay.
Well, I could work on the 30th.
Okay, yeah, I think we have 30th covered. I think Tricia is maybe gonna be available.
Okay.
I
So,
can do double duty.
Yeah.
You can call me.
So just the
not-
16th,
not the
Beth.
river trip.
yeah, 16th is probably the big one.
Thank you.
And I'll throw it out for other days just if people want to pick up a chunk. I think it's always nice to have connections if people want to be involved, but knowing which day we really need people is helpful.
Okay, that'd be great. Okay, so that's volunteers. So an update on vendors. The vendors have been very cooperative and have been very responsive. And I have now talked to all of them and verified all the food service items that they're going to be using, and verified that all of them are compostable, most of them certified compostable. Any questions that I had, I've gone to Delta Compost with them and have gotten approved. So we now have 100% of food service items are going to be compostable or recyclable. So any drinks are going to be recycling. So that's worked out real great. I've been getting some samples from all of them to put on our signage so that people can kind of see a picture of what things look like.
That's smart.
So that's worked out really well. I think I'm done with that effort.
I have a question on that. Are you doing 3 cans?
Yeah, so now we'll talk about the lineup here.
Okay.
And then I've been working with Lee. Actually, Lee's taken the lead on this for the signage, and we now have signs. She worked with Molly Theus at EAP, and Molly has designed the signs for us, and we have signs ready, the final versions ready for one final approval tonight, and then we'll be getting those made. And so what there'll be is there'll be the corrugated signs like this here. There'll be 20 by 20 or 22 by 22, so a little bit larger than this. It's the big 2 by 18, and they'll sit in these holders. I put together a sort of a thing to hang on the. This is one of three boards that are hinged together, so we can collapse them for storage, and this will hang on the barrels. So basically, it'll be held in place by the barrels. Then I'm also going to build a PVC frame that goes over the compost sign and the recycle signs that we can hang or attach samples of what needs to be recycled or composted, so that people come up, they can read the sign and they can see the samples and know what. They're close
The
to.
engineer.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
So-
awesome. Well
So
done.
that's the,
Yeah, that's cool.
that's the signage.
Good work.
Yeah, and I tried it out on the bins and they're real nice and stable. So as long as we don't have a huge wind, we should be fine. So the arrangement that we're coming up with is that we'll have 2 rows of barrels right next to each other with a signs down the middle. So the signs will be printed on both sides. So we got basically 2 lines that people can go. So we basically have 1 volunteer on each side to help out. And that will all be under a tent. So if it's raining or windy, hopefully it'll be somewhat protected. We have a sign, a banner for the front of the pop-up that says, waste station that he's put together. And then, I think it would be nice if we then hang our, SAB, our Ridgway Sustainability sign on the back to kind of close out the back to force people to kind of go in the front. And just to use that banner, please.
So it's not like flow through.
Yeah, so they kind of flow, they can come in from three sides, basically, either front or the two sides. On the front, we'll have a bucket for, one of the signs says liquids, a bucket for them to pour out their, drinks and ice and stuff, so that they don't put that into their, to the bins. So that's the setup. Did you have another question about the setup?
I do.
Okay.
What I learned from doing it was a jerry rig setup, granted that we had at Rock. But I would recommend that the bin that you use for trash is smaller than the compost bin or the recycle bin, because everybody just threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Because it was a big trash can. If
So-
you had a smaller can, it would be thinking, oh, you'd like a smaller whole can even
Yeah.
for trash.
We thought about that, and in fact, we talked to somebody who does this for a living in Carbondale, and she recommended a smaller bin, a smaller can for the landfill. And I decided against it mainly so that, because it made it harder to kind of put the signs up, arrange the signs.
Or maybe you can put a lid on it with a smaller.
We could
Because
possibly
people are
do
just,
that.
well, I mean, granted, you're gonna have people around, but
I think
it's less confusing if the
Right.
trash is.
I think that we're gonna be in good shape because basically everything that from the event itself is gonna be recycled or
Right,
composted. So it's only outside waste
right.
that we have to worry about, and I'm kind of pushing for all of that to go into the landfill because it's tough to, other than the clearly what can be recycled, because it's tough to have the monitors or the people to go through their stuff and figure out what goes where. And I'm really sensitive to contaminating our compost stream. So I'd rather have, and in fact, our sign for the landfill says, when in doubt, throw it out. So I just don't wanna take any chances on that. So, and we'll learn. We might find out that, yeah, we've got a problem because everybody's throwing stuff in the trash and they shouldn't. So maybe if we have a smaller can, and we can modify that.
You get a Pavlovian and put a zapper on it.
Yeah, right. But yeah, we could possibly do the lid. I don't like the lid so much because people have to touch the lid and that's
No, I'm
kind
not
of.
saying a lid that opens, I'm saying a lid that
Just
shrinks to
shrinks it,
open,
yeah.
if you wanna use the
That's a
same size
possibility.
bin.
Might do that.
I guarantee you it'll make life easier for everybody that's.
We will be
volunteering.
doing that also for the recycling. The recycling, we use a lid that has this hole in it, so you can only put cans and cups and bottles in. So, Lee and I are going to, do a trial setup of the way station early the week of the first concert. So maybe Monday or Tuesday. And when we figure out when we're gonna do that, if anybody's gonna be in charge of the waste tent, like if we wanna be involved, we'll let you know and you can come and see how we set it up. But otherwise, I'll have clear directions on how to do it, and probably most times I will be available to be here to help set it up and.
At the concerts?
At the concert.
At each concert?
Yeah, probably
Wow, Dave.
most concerts. Well, I'm around because my wife is having shoulder surgery, so I can't really do anything.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, so. Let's see, what else did I want to say about that? Yeah, so I think that's kind of, location, so we need to figure out where to put it. I had originally proposed that we set it out here, just this side of the sidewalk. And the reason why I kind of proposed that location is because I thought maybe we would need to run a cord for lights. We'll have lights under it, but we don't need to. We don't need to run a cord because we have battery powered lights, right?
Yeah, I need to get on with that.
Okay, so we have we have a way to light it without having running cord, so we could put it pretty much anywhere. Dave Jones made the comment that when people leave the concert at the end of the night, the bulk of them go that direction. So it might be nice to have the waste tent, so more convenient for them to go by as they're headed out. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it kind of makes sense. It seems that most of the parking is that way. I think it's a little bit more visible on that, on the other side of the stage. I guess maybe I need to explain what I'm talking about. You know, it's on the other side of the stage, just the other side of the sidewalk, kind of pretty close where we had one of the stations last year, the one where you worked at last year. It's, I think it's a little bit more,
The food.
a little bit more visible because it's, you know, kind of the way that people are looking there.
There is just gonna be the one station.
Just be the one station to begin with. If it turns out that
the first,
Yeah.
to test out this concept,
Yeah.
hopefully it's well
if,
received.
if it,
John's still gonna be MC?
yeah, so I'm gonna have a script for him and have him, you know, thank the vendors for being all compostable and say, this is our first official.
And maybe have him remind them in between acts or whatever.
Right, yeah, he usually gets up and does the same announcements for both acts. So, yeah, I'll have a script for him to do that. So that would be the second possibility. A third possibility that Stephen Schroeder, the Public Works suggested, is out here at the corner of the town hall. There's a space there, a flat space. The downside of that is it's not very visible from it's behind the venue, so people out there wouldn't really see it. So if they got here, they didn't hear John's announcement, you know, they might not know where.
One potential advantage of that location is it's on the way to the food trucks, and in between the food.
Which was one of the reasons for putting it here too. It's kind of centrally located between those both places. One downside of this is that, again, Stephen reminded me, is that quite often, I don't know if KBNF is gonna be here again, but that's generally where they set up, so we'd have to kick them out to someplace else. And I could,
Will there be any trash cans by the food trucks?
no, we're trying to force stuff this way. We aren't going to cover all the other trash cans. We had talked about possibly covering all the trash cans to force everything into the waste, but I think the concern there is that people might just kind of give up and throw it on the ground if they can't get through it. So we might lose a few recyclables and compostables and the other trash cans, but it's not a big deal.
Could we maybe put signs on those bins that say compostable, available, describe location? Cause like we might actually have folks who are interested in doing that if they know it's an option. Like just a simple tape a sign, like a, I don't
Oh, so
know,
you're saying-
tape something on those trash cans.
If you
That's
have
a good
compost-
idea.
If you have compost, take it to the waste station.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
just,
That-
and if they don't want to, they'll just put it
Yeah.
in the trash can. But for some folks, that might be worth it to them to go seek it out.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a great idea. Well, we should be able to put together some signs for that. One downside of all these locations, I thought there would be a drain or a sewer drain or something for dumping the liquid bucket when it gets full. But I don't see anything around here. What can we do with the liquid when we?
You can bring it in the town hall.
Okay.
Same.
Okay, so either of these locations would be, you know, not the same from that standpoint,
Does the bathroom have capacity to dump it?
but it's locked.
Oh,
It'll be open during the concerts.
Oh, really? I thought in the past it's been locked.
Oh, this
It
guy,
hasn't passed, it's been a topic.
Oh, but I mean, where would you dump it? In the bathroom? You know, it's a 5-gallon bucket, so,
Yeah, I mean, it all,
Yeah, but it'll get too full.
yeah,
You can't-
I mean, once it gets to be 3 gallons, you gotta, you know. That would work in the toilet.
yeah.
Okay, all right, well, we'll figure that out. So I think those are three options. I'm personally leaning toward Dave Jones' suggestion of having it where we have one of the other stations so that we don't disrupt KBNF, and I just think it's a little bit more visible there. It's a small enough venue that I don't think people are gonna complain too much about having to walk a few extra steps to get there versus, you know, someplace else.
well,
It's
the
maybe a
town
little.
hall, so many people, there's that, are behind our station last year with that tent's gonna block their view.
Yeah, the people with their kids and stuff,
Yeah, there's a big, huge area where, most
Well,
of
they're
our
kind of-
locals with young kids.
they're kind of behind, they're kind of behind the stage over there anyway, they're not.
No, not behind the stage, it's directly behind where I was last year. It's a huge,
Okay, yeah.
it's all local, it's mostly locals there, so you might think
Well,
about that.
That would be another reason to put it there, to catch all the stuff that they're getting.
Yeah, Dana, I know what you're talking about, because I remember where you were stationed last year, but,
Where you're gonna.
if I remember right, it kind of opens up right there, folks kind of sit a little more to the.
Maybe if you
west.
go a little bit this way, from last year. So
More
you're
toward the stage.
yeah, and then you wouldn't be blocking.
Okay, well, we can.
It's a big deal for the locals with little kids. It's where they all run around. I've seen it. I saw it every time.
There won't, well, I guess if we put up the sustainability sign, it will block up the view a little bit, otherwise it's just a pop up with no sides or anything, so.
And folks will, place their seating around it if it's already.
Well,
there.
if it comes this way to the stage, it won't block.
We'll try to kind of, right.
Yeah, just think about that.
So, and again, we can modify it after week two, if we get complaints about where it's located, or we think that people aren't getting to it or whatever, we can move the location the next time.
So I've been kind of doing several things at once. Where have we decided it's gonna go?
So the other side of the stage
So like east or
is
south?
west of the stage,
Okay,
on the south side of the sidewalk.
okay.
So maybe not quite halfway between the stage and the post office, probably closer to the stage than the post office.
Well, we'll be flexible on that.
Yeah.
We'll modify as.
Yeah.
Modify as we go.
Yeah, the nice thing about this is that there's no, we can change and react when we need quickly, week to week. Okay, I think that's, unless there's any other questions for, oh, I have a couple questions for you. I don't know if you talked to you, but, will town staff set up the pop-up, or does, SAB need to be responsible for the pop-up, bringing that erected? I mean, we can.
I mean,
I don't know if that's something that's.
It's not part of our SOP, but I mean, yeah, we can probably,
There's not a big deal. I
probably
just-
help with that, but I think you all should plan to get there early enough to.
Okay, so let's just say we'll do the pop-up. That way there's no confusion. We'll just, all they'll need
Is
is
there a devoted pop-up that you guys have chosen to use?
no, I need to see what they are so that
Just
we can.
thinking, I kind of like the ones, it's like, the poles are 10 by 10, the top is 13 by 13.
Maybe the one we use, at the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, we'll figure it
I
out.
was gonna figure it out before.
Yeah. We'll figure that out the day that we do our thing. So yeah, so all that staff will need to do is put, 6 barrels over there, 1 barrel for the, drink tent. And whatever they put over by the restrooms for the paper towels. And then, we'll need bags or whatever, they'll put the initial bags in the barrel.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so then the only other thing with respect to the zero waste is the water jugs. And you saw the thing for Tricia, she thought it'd be nice to have a water jug by the Chamber of Commerce tent or whatever, because they're gonna be selling insulated cups or something. So, and as far as the others go, whatever have you done in the past, or whatever you think works is fine with me. Spread them around.
We have 2 orange jugs that we can fill with water and just put out. Yeah, available. I didn't know the Chamber of Commerce had a tent this year.
Her email said they're gonna be selling stuff. Maybe the other one should be over by the food vendors then, because I've had several of them say that people ask about water and where water is. And I might even provide them with some compostable cups they can hand out if necessary if anybody asks for it. Otherwise, the idea is that people bring their own cups to fill up. Okay, all right, I think that's it for the zero waste. Anything else?
I have a quick question, sort of related. Did anybody respond to that email from the Riverfest water people? I'm just curious if I need to let her know we don't have like a volunteer list.
Yeah, I was gonna add that to the agenda, but we might as well talk about it now. I haven't responded. However, again, Tricia asked about that, and I said that, she said that she was available to help out, so I was gonna pass her name along to, whatever her name was from the watershed.
You're talking about Tanya Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was simply just sending an FYI if anyone wanted to volunteer, right? So.
Okay.
no, To do
Got
that.
I'll send a message, maybe I'll send her contact information to Tricia, and let Tricia contact her if she wants to help out.
Exactly.
Remember when,
Okay.
when's the Riverfest?
That's the 27th, so next week.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, a week from this time. And then, Saturday music is the next day. And, so. And we're not having any involvement in that. Okay. I think that's it then for the volunteering and zero waste. Any other questions or comments about that? Okay, go through the work plan, get any updates on the work plan. So yeah, I'll just go one by one. So the net zero 2030, I don't have any updates. I did update the roadmap, and I'd like to, in the next topic, I'd like to talk about that a little bit. But that's all I've done. Local impact grant, we know where that stands.
Can we go backwards?
Yeah.
For a moment? So in the local impact grant, there is going to be initially, without contingencies, $35,000 to do some of those replacements. To actually.
Even before the vote on.
Correct, so there's 125 total for funding, retrofits for the municipal buildings, 35 of which is supposed to represent some demonstration pilots, and might include a couple of the stream trim, some of the smaller things, and possibly a heat pump.
Okay,
So there will be funding for a few items prior to the go, no go decision on the all electric code. And then there's another 84,000
right after
to
that.
pay for things after that. So I just want to make sure you understand that
Right,
some of that will be chipped off. And to that end, that 125,000 is going to go a long way towards the net zero 30 goal.
okay, that's good to know. That's something that we should start. Once we know exactly what amount of funding is available for doing this kind of stuff, maybe then in our work plan for 2027, because the funds won't be available until 2027.
That's correct, right?
We can figure out how to,
Right.
we can figure out how we want to, what the SAP's involvement in working with town to.
And we specify in the grant very specific expenditures, so, and I can't remember them offhand, but it's some of the.
Yeah, those are in there. But yeah, we'll follow our procurement policy and get input from everyone before we do that. But yeah, that's a good point. We did negotiate some of these, retrofit kind of things as part of that first phase.
Okay, town and community electrification.
That breakdown is actually in a newspaper article today, so if you
Oh, okay,
see the plain dealer, the
Okay.
breakdown.
Okay.
So there's also a presentation that I gave to the council,
Yeah.
maybe Preston, I could forward it to the SAB, just, or you can forward
Yeah,
it to me.
yeah, and it's also on the town's YouTube channel. If you want to watch it.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
The actual presentation, or you mean the physical presentation or just the PowerPoint?
You're talking about the PowerPoint and
I was just
the
referring
entire
to
council
PowerPoint.
meint, so the PowerPoint and your
Yeah.
presentation there. That's what you're asking about?
I was suggesting I could forward just PowerPoint to the SAB.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's your PowerPoint, definitely.
You're gonna do that?
Yeah. I mean, but for him,
all right, town and community electrification, good timing, Dave.
Sorry, but they did.
Uh, Did you just get back?
Oh, I think.
Wanted to be.
So any updates on town, the electric? I think a lot of this is subsumed by the impact grant, right? So
I'm sorry.
for this county community electrification topic, most of those goals are subsumed by the.
Yeah, and
impact.
most of those will be administered by a contractor chosen through RFP.
We had talked about doing a bars and brats and kilowatts thing with SMPA, if we want to try to add another sort of outreach and education event for the year.
Yeah, and that can be independent of the.
Yeah, right, yeah, that doesn't, so I don't know
Yeah, that's a good one, I'm sure
if we want to do anything on that at this point, I mean, I think for the ride and drive event, we're planning to have, and this will be a topic for next week or next month, we're planning to have some electrification stuff with that, so showing some, landscaping or, lawn maintenance stuff. So we can add some of that, it's just whether or not we want to do something separately with SMPA.
Right.
So,
Dave, just to reiterate those first three bullets next to your name. Most of that will be organized and managed by the chosen contractor, but not until, they're not implemented until 2027. So just so you know, there's funding for the contractor to help organize those first three bullets.
When will we, what are the steps to implementing the contract?
So I think, Preston, correct me if I'm wrong, Q4 of 2026 is when we start putting up the RFP for that first phase, is that?
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, sometime in the late fall of 2026 is when we'll really get going.
Yes. Right, so then we'll choose contractor, and we wrote in there that our preference might be the current. There's actually 3 separate consulting preferences. Maybe 4, ideally. Contractor continuity and cost efficiency, so to be determined, that's up to Preston and Howard's. Sure.
Is that a special job? Super special.
It would require.
Consulting contractor, is it?
Yeah, it would require the skill set and the capacity of like equation harmony or something, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they'd have to start.
They have to have some kind of title.
They just have to have capacity, there's $300,000 something for contractors. So it's a big change. So the effort is pretty large. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
all right, so event festival waste reduction, we just went through that, I think we're in good shape for the Ridgway concert series. Our sustainability and outreach. So again, Sharon and I did one, I guess it technically qualifies when we did the town waste event. And we'll do the ride and drive event. And so we want to try and get 3 in this year. We need to figure out what else we want to do, which could be the brats and kilowatts, or it could be whatever.
The concert series could serve as one, right?
Yeah, and we talked about that, and we'll see how things go if,
Or 5.
yeah. If it looks like we are handling the waste station just fine, and we can get some other people to do some outreach, we can talk about that. It'd probably be one of the later concerts that we did to be able to plan it and pull it off.
On that topic of leveraging what the person just said, is there a SAB 1 or more slots?
There's one right now. Did Ryan apply? Is he going in front of council yet?
We have a letter of interest, but I think we need to double back with him to make sure that he really still wants to be on SAB.
I think he does from the sound of it, he just couldn't make that June meeting, so
Yeah,
hopefully
and
he can get on July.
The July, and that was on this agenda. July is wildly full, so, but I think it works to have you all do your next update to council in August, on the heels of the concert series stuff. So I think that makes a ton of sense.
All right.
But to answer your question, Ryan looks at the letter of interest.
And then,
Remind me, if there's a minimum number of board seats, but not a maximum number. I can't
The
recall.
max is 7.
7. And
but that includes
This will max it out?
that includes the best position.
Right.
It was six appointed positions.
So I have a neighbor who I just met yesterday. She and her husband were both involved in energy, just moving to town. And she expressed some interest in joining.
So we have one seat open now, which we're kind of assuming Ryan might fill if he's still interested. And then we have 2 seats coming up in August, yours and Dave's. So we'll have 2 seats to fill in August, unless either of you decide you want to re-up at this point.
So back to what I was trying to get at is, at the concert series with the SAB members manning stations, should be a good time to solicit
Yeah.
for volunteers, either to just for people to show up at the meeting like I'm currently doing, because I'm not on the board per se, or to volunteer for upcoming events.
Okay, that would be a good topic.
Are you gonna re-up? You going to Portugal?
You're moving to Portugal?
No.
Maybe one of both, but yeah, I will see what the interest is. The people that are jump in the bed, I'm happy to attend and be a member.
Well, I mentioned today that I'd be happy to take a seat, but I just assume new members come in and I continue to just come to the meeting.
Well, historically, we've had a hard time filling seats, so I don't know if that will change now, maybe it will, I don't know. I don't know why people haven't been in it, but Ryan's seat has been open for a year, or I shouldn't say Ryan. Who is the one, Joyce's, is it Joyce's seat?
Maybe, yeah.
I think Joyce's,
For a while, vacant for a while.
yeah, been open for a year, so I'm not too worried about having too many people to fill seats.
Well, I'll take one if there's
Okay.
nobody else does, but I just assume like Dave said, leave room for some new voices.
Yeah.
Energy.
Well, that's a good idea though, to publicize. In fact, we probably should start publicizing it in July anyway, because we know 2 seats are,
Maybe say, talk to your volunteer at the concert series fire
Right.
station.
Yeah.
you could be doing this.
Exactly.
That'll bring him in.
You get a free drink.
So have we coordinated with the Ridgway Festival organizers for Cody?
No, so I've been totally focused on this. I haven't been, I guess I kind of felt that we would do this one, figure it out, see how it works, and then monitor the other events, small and large, and see what we think we can do next year. Maybe we can be more aggressive than that, but the problem I see with the Rendezvous Festival is a huge part of this is working with the food vendors and making sure that they are willing to do compostables and then verifying that what they do are compostable.
Sure, I'm talking less about the.
Right.
Electrification. If we're gonna have an electrification table, then we need to get that approved.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
So-
that's gonna be part of my update too today.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't wait on that because I've worked on that some in the past and come up against roadblocks. So I think the sooner we do that and kind of get our place.
I was wondering if we can have a tent right outside the corner here
I think that's what.
without anybody, without even, this is our thing.
Yeah, it'd probably be best to get their approval because,
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to undermine their event.
Right.
So I think we just want to make sure we get buy-in because they received a permit to have that part of it.
Who's the guru for that? Who manages the rendezvous? Is it just band?
It's no, it's Weehawken. It's a private.
Well, I thought I remember hearing at one of the meetings the last couple of months, this came up. Where he sued somebody and they said, oh yeah, we got you covered.
No,
Maybe
but it's Weehawken, so it's
maybe,
Ashley King family.
Right.
maybe that's who it was.
Actually,
I might be
Kate's
imagining.
one of it, yeah. So, I mean, you know, they're gonna have music on the stage out there, so if we're running around weed whackers and electric lawnmowers, they do need to be quiet. But, you know, we just
Yeah,
need to be sensitive to that and try to,
Cut down on the fumes.
try to get that set up.
Well, they are quiet, that's one thing about electric.
okay,
Okay,
so we can finish up our work items and put that back up. Residential composting. So we're still, the town's still working with Bruin on finalizing that program, is that correct?
Yeah, it's falling down the list, but we need to have conversations with them to get something rolled out here soon.
Is there, Sheridan, is there anything else that you were thinking about along those lines, that we need to be doing now instead of, I mean, it sounds like we're kind of waiting to see what the town does with the residential composting with Bruin. Is there anything else in that area that you wanted to kind of be working on while we wait, or just wait until we hear what happens there?
No, sorry, I don't really have an update on composting, just on the outreach, education, and EV ride and drive stuff. But as far as the residential composting, no, I've just kind of put that on hold for now.
Okay, yeah, I think it makes sense to wait and see what the town's gonna do with Bruin, and then we can decide what else. And Christina's not here, and I didn't receive any updates from her on what she's doing there. Do you know anything, Sheridan? It seems like you maybe talked to her more recently than I have.
No, I know she took a job in Eagle, and that's why she's been out of town. I don't know what I haven't spoken to her in like a month, I think. So I don't know what her role in the future will be with Sal. I think she would like to stay on, but I'm just putting words in her mouth right now. I have no idea. But I realize we're at the end of this, and I haven't given my update. Sorry about that. So I spoke to Eagle Action Partners about the EV ride and drive. They basically are not going to be doing EV ride and drives anymore. They don't want to just, like right now, I think economically and also just with the way that those have gone in the past, they don't want to spend their time on it, but they do want to do ours. They want to do the Ridgway one. And instead of it being just an EV ride and drive, like keeping that component, yes, but also making it more of an electrification thing. I know I've told you guys this already, so you're probably all aware, but I've been coordinating with Kendra and Molly about this so that we can set it up to talk to Rendezvous. Of course, they mandate that you're there the entire festival. So we figured we would just one day would be the EV ride and drive of the festival. And then the second day, we would also man it, but focus more on electrification and other things, just so that we have stuff to fill the booth at the festival for 2 days. And of course, we're meeting with Alex at SMPA to talk more about strategy, because SMPA said they want to be involved in that too, and put some money at it and come join and do some fun stuff. So it'll be pretty cool. The only thing I haven't done yet is reached out to Rendezvous to get our nonprofit pass. So I need to do that this week. And then I'll keep you guys posted at the next meeting what kind of help we'll need manning and like what they're planning. And of course, also your ideas, like everybody's ideas for the electrification. Like I heard you guys saying, electric lawnmower or weed whacker or whatever we want to bring. Still no idea yet. So totally in our, we can still have fun with figuring that out. And then another thing I wanted to just mention briefly is obviously the isling thing didn't pass, but I know we were talking about doing more on education, and it's not letting me share. I made up a little flyer thing. I'll send it in an email. I just ripped it off of somebody else's idling flyer, but something that we could potentially share with, I don't know, maybe we can hang it up around town. Maybe I'm not sure what you guys think. Let me email it to you right now.
Sheridan, you can try sharing now if you want.
Okay, let me give it a go.
Dave, just to be clear, I think a lot of what you just said hits on what you were saying before about making sure everything's coordinated.
Yeah, exactly. And Sheridan, I would also clarify with them, because I know they want if you have a booth, they want you to be there all day, because they don't want people taking down during the middle of the day. But, is there any reason that we would need to be there both Saturday and Sunday? Or could we do both the EV ride and drive, which is really not, you know, so affiliated with the Rendezvous Festival and our booth on Saturday, for instance?
So they want folks to be there, yeah, the whole day and both days. That's, I mean, I think Dave K last year, didn't they try, did they give you some leeway and say, okay, fine, you can just do one day, or am I imagining that?
I don't remember, I, for sure, I kind of had the idea that they were saying one day, but you need to be there all day, but.
That's what makes sense to me, yeah. So I would push for one day Saturday, and then we'll pick down after they close and Sunday.
Gotcha. That would be way better. But I'll let you know when we get the official word from them. But yeah, I agree with you, Dave. That would be better. But of course, we want to have a lot more than just the one day EV ride and drive. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
all right. I'm on my phone, so I just can't tell what's happening. Okay. Cool. Sorry, Dave Jones, were you saying something else? I interrupted.
No,
That was me. I have a suggestion for that booth. I'm
Okay.
not sure if it's a raffle or a gift prize, but maybe we can ask the town to budget for like an electric weed whacker that we have people fill out, you know, their name of interest, you know, get them to sign something and give them a raffle ticket or a door prize.
Good
or
idea.
SMPA.
I think.
Or
Yeah,
something.
that's a great idea. For SMPA would probably be down too.
Give it out on the, sometime during that Saturday.
Yeah. Like that.
It might attract people to the booth. I could,
Yes.
I could try to talk to SMPA about phoning up the duties.
Well, Terry, I don't know if they told you, but Tri-State's given them 10K this year to use on OBR marketing, and they can use it however they want. They can use it literally for that or whatever. So that would be cool.
Acronym you said, Tri-State's, what, OPR?
Yeah, the on-bill repayment, the OBR marketing.
OBR.
Yeah, so we can make that part of the booth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
right. That would be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
sensitive, looking at the goods. So I'll contact Alex then at SMPA with that idea. And see if I can get, put in some goodies,
Nice.
and then they can then man the OBR thing. Now, you're not manning the OBR thing, right? I mean, that would be great.
I was gonna do one day as Sheridan Sab, one day as Sheridan OBR, but I don't, if we're doing one day, I don't know yet.
Sheridan Sapp, did you say?
Yes,
You're a-
Sustainability Advisory Board person. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, I'll get Alex to,
Okay, thank you.
It's not their annual picnic.
like it was.
Oh, you're right.
So what is it? It's the eighth? Is that what it is?
SMPA, Saturday, the eighth.
But the rendezvous is the eighth also?
Yeah,
8th and 9th.
well, 8th and 9th, but
Which Saturday,
It's a
just
big
Saturday?
Saturday's yeah, but that was a conflict we had last year, but.
Okay.
We should.
Yeah, that's, all right, I have that as an action item.
And then this flyer is just the random thing. I don't know what you guys think. Is this something we should like print out for free at the Telluride Theater, or sorry, the Telluride Library, and then put up around town, or I don't know, put it on our website? What do you guys think? Do
Put it
nothing.
on eight.
Yeah, there's a little bit of room left.
That'd be great, just a juxtaposition.
I think it's great to have some informational flyers like this. I'm just not sure where to put them or post them or,
Well, I'm gonna put that
whatever.
one on the card.
But I
Okay.
think that was great.
Okay, I guess it's something we can think about, and yeah, and we'll just print them and have them, and maybe see what happens.
I haven't done any work on the website forever, but I was thinking it'd be nice to have a section on the website for fact sheets like that or flyers.
Okay.
I'm not sure how we drive people to our website, but at least they would be there if we ever managed to get people to go to our website. So yeah, I think it's good to have that kind of stuff too.
Can you do for our website one of those things that everybody,
QR code?
yeah,
We have a,
do we have? Well, we should definitely make some posters of that. For the, do we have that?
We
Do
have
we
some.
do
I
that?
don't know if I have anyone.
we do have a QR code.
Can you generate QR codes to go to specific,
I don't remember.
I can.
there's some way to do
So
that?
like with any event we have, we could have a little poster with our QR code on it. And it would
Yeah,
send
you
people
could go to
to,
whatever part of the website you want to go to.
could you just go to the, just to.
Well, it sounds like you have one to the main page.
But I mean, how do you make a copy of it and put it somewhere?
You have to
If Dave
print it
has
out
it,
and
you
make it
can email it to you.
Yeah.
And then you just print it out?
Yeah, like.
I just don't know the
Yeah.
Like.
process.
What are
Yeah,
you talking
As
about?
long as
Putting-
it's printed out, it'll read?
yeah,
Really?
and you can usually adjust the size, you don't need it smaller than about 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters.
Okay.
So as an example, and we probably won't do it this time, but we could put on our waste station signs, we could have a QR code for each one of them that goes to some fact sheet that talks about composting, recycling, but,
Okay.
so that's something we can do.
Will you send that to all of us?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This, what does it open when you click on?
It used to open the main page, but that's,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Okay, anything else, Sharon? Are you done with your update?
Sorry, I put my phone down. Yes, I'm done. Thank you.
All right, anything else on the item number 4, whatever, about our road plan status? No? Okay, see.
Oh, just on the last thing of Katrina's renewable energy thing, I just want to draw attention to the fact that 2 solar carports that were installed in SMPA are now operative, and they constitute the largest solar array in Green County now. It's
Wow.
115 kilowatts.
Good.
And it's an example of the 2 carports in SMPA. And I
Wow.
saw, if you go back to that page, one of the issues, one of the mentions was renewable energy as a artistic or structural or
Yeah.
something like that. I would consider that to be the case, and they're the only solar carports in all of SMP's territory. They're now the largest solar array in the county.
Wow. That's amazing. That should get added to the article in the paper. Please.
It's just cheap, it's just.
I skipped over the discussion regarding the update, so now you're thinking that that August is the time to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, because July is pretty set at this point, they're really full, so, and I would recommend August just be a better option for you all anyway, and then you all can highlight all the efforts over the month of July.
Okay,
Is the rendezvous before or after it's before the council meeting, I think it's the 8th council meeting, probably, unless, yeah, it's gotta be before we do, so, as I say, we can pitch the electric, electric booth and so forth, council meeting, we want to.
I didn't recommend, if it's not already on there, making sure the ED ride and drives on the Ridgway area event calendar.
Who does that? Okay.
Enter.
Yeah, there are
Preston just want.
a lot of calendars we need to do, a lot of advertising.
So if I recall, there's a way for an organization to sign up to have access to posting in that.
And actually, anyone can just submit a post. If you scroll down to the bottom, it says like submit an event. But we can also give higher level commissions that give you a one that you can do with the post.
So you're doing that for the SMB now?
Well, if you guys wanna tell me what you want, you know, and then I could plug in the details, or you guys can sign up, like at the top, you know, you sign up and then we can start posting events, whatever you guys want to do.
Then I can put it on our website like I always have, whenever there's an event that I'm aware of, and I do, I just. The community calendar is gonna be, there's gonna be a lot more eyes on that.
That's what I was gonna say, that's one thing.
Yeah,
Traffic on our
a lot more.
website.
So last year, we, in addition to, well, we had equal action partners make posters, help us with that. We distributed posters, we also, the town has, a quarter page in the newspaper, and so we were able to put an ad in the newspaper. You know, we're all going to change, updated, because this is more than a EV ride and ride, we're also having an electrification event. But, you know, we need to come up with a poster and come up with a marketing strategy.
Sure, and I assume this is some stuff you've, because we've worked with Echo Action Partners in the past on this, so if they're wanting to work with you on this event, I assume this is stuff that they can do again for us.
Yeah, they said they would be very happy to make another flyer and everything and do all that. And but yeah, we haven't talked about putting it on community calendars, so that's a good point.
Well, as well, SMBA and Alex, that's another resource that help
Oh
advertise.
yeah.
You can put it in their newsletters and other things.
Yeah, you have to give him a couple of months, but
Alex.
Alex was able to get it last year into the monthly energy wise, yeah. Thanks,
And they have social media posts as well.
And does the Chamber of Commerce list them?
it does, we got it on the Chamber of Commerce website, and there are also several radio stations.
Yeah, I think we got it on TV
websites, yeah, so we could.
Kodo has a calendar, Kodo has
Race station.
90.3 KOK, and I just worked with them to get the pickleball tournament on their community calendar, which they mention on the air every day.
That's cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, I mean, the advertising is the most difficult part, because we can all get out there and get EV drivers to come and whatnot. But it's getting people to come join us, and
So all these calendars, who's doing that with our?
different people, and but I guess Sheridan's got the lead, but Sheridan, you may want to reach out and yeah.
Sheridan, I'll help you with the calendars.
Thank you, Dana. That would be very, very helpful. Yes, thank
Because
you.
there's an awful lot of them. And then
Well,
Lee,
we're
it sounds
trying to
like,
get the Ridgway events calendar be the one calendar to rule them all.
okay, that makes sense.
That'd be great.
So like some like Alpenglow and some other calendars are now just the Ridgway events calendar.
Okay,
Some of them.
that's good to know.
And I'd be happy to do a Facebook post and then like tag SMPA as a collaborator and like the folks EAP.
Well, as soon as we have all the materials, yeah, we have our town communication channels, so.
Yeah.
When would be the time to be posting on this?
Getting that poster as soon as possible would be good.
All right, I will email Molly and ask about timeline for that so we could get it as soon as possible.
All right. Poster.
All right. Anything else on that? Okay, I think we're ready for a motion to approve the minutes. Absolutely approve the minutes. I can't make the motion.
I motion to
All right,
approve the
second.
minutes.
All right,
That's the hardest thing we ever have to do is.
I'll second too.
all right, oh, I've actually, okay.
Move and shake it.
All right, then maybe a second, we approve the minutes. And I guess. Remember back on that. I guess we do. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And I think we're done.
Yay. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Great meeting, y'all.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Good doing.
Thanks, Sheridan. Thanks,
If
Beth.
anyone's up at concerts, come buy burgers from Uray School.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Right on.
Bye,
Oh, now
bye.
I'm off to my next thing. I'm gonna sell some burgers.
Beth's Burgers. Thanks.
See you, Sheridan.
Bye.